Happy Saturday, January 13th, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm looking at my window right now and it's gray and it's cold and it's windy. But it is what it is, right? It's winter here in Canada. So I wanted to talk to you about something that I came upon recently and wondered if you knew that this even existed, that it was a thing. Apparently, there's such a thing as the fresh start effect. So there was a research paper published in 2014 by three researchers. I'm going to read their names so I don't mess them up too badly. Henchen Day, Catherine Milkman, and Jason Rice. So like I said, this paper was published in 2014 and it was called the Fresh Start Effect. And it showed that temporal landmarks like the beginning of a week or a month or a year psychologically motivate individuals and inspire them to start new things and to set new goals for themselves. So it's a psychological response to these temporal landmarks that we naturally are hardwired to have psychologically. And this kind of explains what happens on New Year's, right? New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, all of us together. It's a new year. We're excited with the prospect of new beginnings and hope and optimism. And the fresh start effect kicks in. And that explains why we're kind of hardwired to set goals and to set those New Year's resolutions. It's just kind of biologically a thing that we are intuitively motivated to do. I think though, like one of the problems is that we have all the excitement of the day. We're surrounded by people who are doing the same thing, which adds to that energy and that psychological effect of that fresh start. But of course, right, the holidays end, we all go back to our jobs, we get busy, and that high, that rush of dopamine goes away. That fresh start effect diminishes, and which is going to be normal because life is life. We get busy and we don't have time, and we're concentrating on what's going on with our families, with our jobs. It gets gray outside, it gets dark outside, our dopamine levels are not at their highest. But the thing of it is that there's actually a way, if we become aware and mindful of it, there is a way to harness the energy or to tap into the energy of that first start effect throughout the year. So if we're aware of it, instead of it completely dwindling off after New Year's Day and getting progressively weaker, we can actually tap into it. So how can we do that, right? Well, there's a few ways. So first of all, you can identify fresh start dates in your year. So you consciously, strategically identify what your fresh start dates are going to be. So those can be dates that are important to you, like your birthday could be one of them, an anniversary, a time or a special date of great transition or that you had in your life, a great challenge that you surmounted in your life. It could be a variety of dates that mean something to you. So that's one kind of day that you can identify. You can also base it on the calendar year, right? So the new year can be one of those days for you. The week can be one of those days for you. Every single day can actually be one of those days for you. September can be one of those days for you. It can be sort of dates that have certain representations or symbolic dates. It can be the beginning of spring. It can be summer solstice, for example. It could be the new moon. So the idea is that you strategically for yourself to build and keep and tap into that fresh start effect throughout your year. You set these dates for yourself, as many or as little as you want, play around with it, right? You do it for this first year, you'll see how it works. The idea is to keep that momentum and that psychological effect of feeling like there's a new beginning ahead of you, like there's hope ahead of you, like there's optimism, right? So you pick these days, and then what do you do with these days? You create rituals around them. So for example, on your birthday, you can create a ritual that can look like whatever you want. It could be a retreat, a special day you set aside for yourself. You do some journaling, you do some meditating, you clean out your closet and see what kind of clothes, I don't know, anything that for you lets go of the past and helps you move forward with hope and enthusiasm into the future. You can do that every day by starting your day with mindfulness, sitting down at the beginning of your day and with your coffee journaling, letting go of the day before and thinking about the day ahead and setting an intention for the day ahead. So if you do this throughout the year, and as often as it takes for you, and that might be very personal, right? And it depends on the year. It depends on what's going on in your life. You might not have a lot of time to do this. So if you do it 3 times a year, it's going to be an accomplishment. Maybe you have more time. Maybe you need it more. Maybe you need it less. There are some years that were much more motivated and inspired than others. So you do you. So if you do any of these, if you try this out, let me know how it works for you. And also just to let you know, I'm going to post my website and my blog, where I will in the next couple of weeks post some meditations that you can use in the morning or at the beginning of the week to kickstart that fresh start effect. And I'll also have some ideas for what kind of rituals and practices you can put into place to do that. So best of luck with all of that, and let me know how it goes, and have an awesome day.